Привет, и мы продолжаем играть в Oblivion. В прошлой части мы поговорили с любителем скумы, угостили его скумой, убили и подменили лекарство одному плохому злодею, который жил в крепости. И также, да, сердцем вырезали сердце ящерки, которая предала вот этих парняк.
So, are you ready to mingle with the doomed house guests? The contract is waiting.
Конечно.
Do you like parties? Because you've been invited to one. Of course, you'll be killing all the other guests. Are you ready to attend?
С удовольствием.
Splendid. You need to go to the city of Skingrad, to the large house known as Summit Mist Manor. There, you will meet up with 5 very unlucky guests. In order to receive your bonus, you must kill each guest secretly, one by one. If anyone sees you committing murder, the bonus is forfeit. The guests believe there is a chest of gold hidden in the house, and have agreed to be locked inside until one of them finds it. In fact, the guests believe the key to the manor is inside the chest, and only by satisfying their greed will they be allowed to leave. Poor fools. There is, of course, no chest of gold. The guests will find no key. After you arrive, the doors will be locked behind you, as everyone expects. When all the guests lie dead, you will be free to leave. Now go. See the doorman at Summit Mist Manor. He will explain the rest. Have fun.
Хорошо.
I see you have been speaking with Tanava. What he says is true. All our lives we have lived together in the shadows. We are eggmates, twins. We were taken at birth and given to the Dark Brotherhood. We returned to Black Marsh as shadow scales trained in the arts of stealth and murder. Together, we served our nation as spies and assassins, as all shadow scales do. When we came of age, we joined the family as one, and here we are.
Здорово.
Scartail now lies with the worms of Bogwater, thanks to you. I am forever indebted to you, sister.
Что-то они не нравятся. Ладненько.
Go now, dear family member, and may the Night Mother wrap you in her cold...
Что ж, давайте всех убьем. Мне это нравится. Так, давайте переоденемся. Хотя, так пойдем. Не хочу переодеваться. Лень. Детектив задание называется. Ух ты, какой парень. Это ты, кто мне нужен, да?
So the last guest finally arrives. I'll tell you what I told all the others. You go in, I lock the door. You don't come out until it's over. Now I'll tell you what I didn't tell everyone else. We have the same mother, you and I. And she wants you to have this. It's the key to the house. I guess someone else has already told you the other details. Kill all the guests, then leave, right? Well, you'd better get in there. Time to mingle.
Хорошо. Фафнир. Тебя же зовут как дракона.
Go. So...
Хорошо. Для этого мы аккуратненько снимем вот это. Возьмем шип страданий. Снимем капюшончик на время. Снимем кольцо хаджита. То, что обаяние поднимает. То, что обаяние поднимает. Туфельки. Вот как-то так.
Socialize. Talk to those fine people. And then plunge your knife into
Я
their
похожа
throats
на
when they ain't
гостью.
looking.
Ну что ж, Фафнир, мне твой цвет наряд нравится. Давайте изобразим из себя гостя.
The 6th guest has finally arrived. Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting? It seems like an age. Whoever invited us here must at least know us, don't you think? In any event, we're all stuck here together, so we might as well get acquainted.
Конечно.
The rest of us have already traded introductions. I'm Matilda Petite. The others are Nels the Naughty, Neville, Devisi Dran, and Primo Antonius. Now, who might you be? Please, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Мой ребенок болеет, а мы сами такие бедные.
Oh, you poor dear. Well, this does make things difficult for me. I want to find the gold as much as anyone, but you need it so much more than I do.
Давай дружить.
We'll see. That will get you something. Personally, I think she's a little floozy. She's been eyeing young Primo Antonius, probably smells his wealth. That's right, it's a Breton name. I'll have you know the Petites are one of High Rock's oldest and most respected noble families. Well, if I can be perfectly honest with you, I find Neville quite attractive. Red Guards are so exotic, don't you think?
На самом деле нет.
Oh, that man disgusts me. I find his entire manner offensive. Why, just before you got here, he told me the most off-colour joke about an Argonian maid.
Вау. А Примо?
It's obvious that young Primo comes from wealth. A chest full of gold would be mere spending change for him.
Окей.
Oh, yes. Maybe we'll speak again later.
Давайте
So
поговорим с
annoying.
девушкой.
Hello, I'm Dovesi. I'm very pleased to meet you. Now that you're here, we can really start looking for that chest of gold. What I mean to say is, before you arrived, we all just sort of glanced around a bit. Now that we're all officially here, we can look in earnest.
Окей, давай дружить.
Go ahead. Every little bit helps. Not much to tell about me, really. I'm from Morrowind originally, but my family moved to Valenwood a few years ago. Honestly, I don't think she likes me. It's because I'm a Dunmer. I heard her say something to Neville, and it wasn't very nice.
Невиль?
I know he's a retired soldier, but not just a soldier. He was an officer in the Imperial Legion. I hate the Legion and everything it stands for.
Окей.
When those soldiers came to Morrowind, they persecuted my people and stole our lands. Neville may not be in the Legion anymore, but who knows what atrocities he committed.
Тихо, спокойнее, спокойнее.
Every now and then he looks over at me and smiles. I think he's sweet on me. If Nels finds the gold, maybe he'll want some company. It's pretty obvious that Primo comes from a wealthy family. He would never be interested in a girl like me, I'm afraid.
Неправда, он сказал мне, что ты ему нравишься.
He did? Oh, my goodness, what should I do? Should I talk to him? Or maybe play hard to get? Or should I, or would that be too forward?
Иди в его комнату, подожди его там.
Oh, you think so? I mean, it is rather forward, but I like it. All right, then. I'll wait for him in his room upstairs. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Good. Иди.
Oh, yes, maybe we'll speak again later.
I'm going.
Ага. Именно так.
To open a tavern. Not that I'd welcome your patronage. No pigs allowed inside.
Can't quite
you
decide
see.
where I should look.
You
I don't want to
Legion
break
types
anything,
tend
but the
to
chest of
stink
gold
up a
could be
place.
hidden
Да-да-да.
anywhere.
Отлично. Да иди, иди. Да ничего, ничего, я тут. Просто. Кстати, Матильда отдыхает. Ты не хочешь пойти в его комнату? Туда, да, например, туда. Черт, она мне мешает теперь тут. Черт. Понятно. Она мне мешается. Печаль. Парни.
Well, hello there. Nels is my name. Some call me naughty, but don't you believe it. Tell me more. Thank you. How kind. Let me confide something in you, my friend. Dovisi is the spitting image of my own daughter. Her skin is darker, of course, but that sweet face. My daughter was killed, you see, a few years back by bandits. I'm sorry. Please forgive a father's heavy heart.
Понятно.
I will confide something in you, my friend. I despise Neville and all his Imperial Legion ilk. They are useless, uncaring tools of corruption. 3 years ago, my village in Skyrim was attacked by bandits. We went to the nearby Imperial Legion outpost, but they refused to help us. My dear, sweet daughter Olga was killed that day. She was murdered, and the Legion would do nothing to help her. Neville and his kind are scum.
Good.
You should have seen the old biddy trying to talk to young Primo Antonius. She may be a noble, but he looked down on her like a scullery maid.
Ладненько.
Well, my friend, the search is on, eh? I wonder... I guess it all depends on the size of the chest. The bigger, the better, of course. But where would our mysterious host have hidden such a thing? Ah, don't let the name fool you. I had a bit too much mead a few years back, and there was this tavern wench. Anyway, just call me Nels.
Окей.
Primo is young and rich. I can sense a good, decent person in there somewhere. He just has to get his priorities straight.
Окей.
All right, then. I guess I better start looking. That gold's not...
Это да. Ты, может, уже уйдешь с той комнаты? Нет, она там так и будет торчать. Так, это печально.
Can't quite decide where I should look. I don't want to break anything, but the chest of gold could be hidden anywhere. Ah, yes, the sixth guest. I'm Neville. It's nice to make your acquaintance.
Это из Легиона.
Oh, yes, Dovisi Dran. She's a dark elf originally from Morrowind, or so I hear. I get the sense she doesn't like me very much.
А, давай сейчас с тобой подружимся.
What? Thank you, how kind. Dovisi is a dark elf. They call themselves Dunmer. When I was young, I spent some time stationed on Fort Moonmoth, on their homeland of Morrowind. I have great respect for the Dunmer people. They are strong and noble and generally understand the importance of law and discipline. Unfortunately, Dovisi doesn't seem to like me very much, but I don't blame her. The young ones tend to have problems with authority figures.
Матильда.
If I may be honest, I feel a bit sorry for the old woman. She comes from a noble family, I'm sure, but seems a lot less well off than she should be.
Ты.
I'm a Redguard, though I've never actually been to Hammerfell. I was born here in Cyrodiil. My family has been in the Legion for 3 generations.
Нелс.
Know what I think? I think that barbarian will do anything to get his hands on the chest of gold. His kind are greedy and vicious. All of them. Trust me, I know. I was stationed at Fort Frostmoth for a few years on the Isle of Solstheim. Those Nords are a bunch of animal-worshipping savages.
Ты в двух фортах
They're all
хотел
the same,
послужить.
full of meat and something to prove. We lost a lot of good men up there. Lot of good men.
Я знаю, где они оба находятся. Здорово.
I'll confess that I have no idea why Primo is here. The kid's got more wealth than the rest of us combined. He sure doesn't need a chest of gold. Maybe he's incredibly greedy, but I don't think so. My guess is that Primo is so bored he simply has nothing better to do. All right, then.
Ладно.
I guess I
Там у
better
меня
start
спящая
looking at
женщина
gold
все
contract
обламывает.
itself.
Сам Приму.
So, you finally showed up. It's about time. People of my station are not accustomed to waiting.
Дружим.
I'm listening. For me? Thanks. Can I be honest with you, my friend? I find Dovisi captivating. She possesses a beauty beyond compare. Maybe you could do me a favor. If you speak with her, put in a good word for me, would you? I would be forever in your debt.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the poor old woman thinks she's from a well-to-do family. Truth is, I have servants with more nobility in their blood than her.
Невиль.
I know he's a retired Imperial Legion officer. Apparently, he's been in campaigns all across the Empire, from Skyrim to Morrowind. I also get the sense that he's very eager to find the gold. I can't imagine his life of servitude to the Empire left him with much to retire on.
Нелс.
Nels is a drunk. He doesn't even try to hide that fact. But what else is he? When the liquor is dried, what remains of the man? I think Nels drinks to forget, maybe about some tragedy in his life. He plays the buffoon, but I sense a deep sadness in him.
Я даже знаю, какую.
It's a regal name from a rather regal family. Indeed, my father owns more property than the East Empire Company.
Окей.
I have a good idea where that chest might be. So, are you ready to search for the chest of gold? I'm confident I'll find it.
Ладненько.
I have a good idea where that chest might be.
Да у вас у всех есть идеи. Почему она, блин, тут торчит?
You seem like a very nice person. I very much want to find the gold, but I wish you luck. May the best guest win.
Вот эта вот спящая женщина мне мешает.
Hello, dear. Listen, I've been thinking. Why don't we form a kind of alliance? If either one of us finds the chest of gold, we split it, 50-50. With the two of us working together, we're sure to find the chest before anyone else. What do you say? Do you want to team up?
Естественно. Этот союз звучит заманчиво.
Oh, wonderful. This is going to be such fun. So, any ideas where we should begin searching first?
Попробуй поискать в подвале.
Oh, good idea. Maybe the chest is hidden under the floorboards. All right, I'll head down there and start looking.
Иди.
Oh, yes. Maybe we'll speak again later.
Во-первых, осталась одна эта дамочка. Ну ладно. Сначала пойдем за ней. Та никуда не убежит, она все ждет своего
We
возлюбленного.
all are. Certainly is a nice house.
Хе-хе-хе-хе-хе-хе. Отлично. Сохраняемся. Там-там-там. Как тут перетаскивать? Забыла. Ладно, неважно. 1К золота. Это я ей, что ли, надавала? Ладно, неважно. Она тут случайно умерла. Какая глупая, нелепая смерть. Да,
Have you
парни?
heard? Someone's been murdered. One of us.
Да. Как я все-таки расколбасила. Давай довести. Кстати. А ладно, я уже переобулась, но в любом случае я хочу твои туфли. Они мне подойдут к наряду. Слушайте, парни, тут людей убивают. Беда-то какая.
Two of us have been murdered. One of us is a killer. But who?
I haven't seen death like this in a long, long time. It's a bit more than my nerves can handle, I'm afraid. I plan to gather up every drop of drink in this house and keep it to myself. If things get any worse around here, I find comfort there, you see. Take your time.
Довести.
No, no. When I looked into Devisi's face, it was like peering at my own daughter. I feel like I've lost her all over again.
Бедняга.
Some bloodthirsty monster killed that woman in cold blood. It's obvious to me one of the other guests killed her to eliminate the competition.
Кто бы это мог быть?
Assuming that's true, who's next? You? Me? We need to keep our eyes open, friend. And we'd do well not to trust the others.
Угу.
With two of us now dead, it seems like the others are looking for Neville, for protection. The fools. He'll kill them like he did the others. That's right. I think Neville is the murderer. I can't prove it yet, but he'll slip up, just you wait. Whatever you do, don't turn your back on him.
Отлично.
Let me ask you something, friend. Why is Primo even here? The rest... Maybe he was bored?
Это мы уже слышали.
Don't go far. It's too dangerous to go wandering around this house.
Текс. Я так понимаю, вот этого можно спровоцировать, убить вот этого. Осталось выманить богача куда-нибудь. Куда он делся, кстати? О, по-моему, наверху, да?
Two of us have been murdered. Dear friend, have you heard? Two of the guests now lie dead. If I find out who did it, I may have to take matters into my own hands.
Довести.
Who? Who among us is vile enough to take the life of such a beautiful, precious creature? If I find out who did this, they will pay with their life!
Матильда.
Between you and me, I think Matilda found the gold, and one of the others killed her for it. Maybe that means the rest of us are safe. If that's the case, then the killer got what he was after. The rest of us needn't worry about our own safety.
Примерно так оно и было.
Well, Neville is a trained soldier. He was in the Imperial Legion for 20 years or so, I've heard. He certainly knows how to kill.
Вот, я тоже так думаю.
I don't think he's the murderer, no. Quite the contrary. I think he takes the murders personally. Feels he should have protected the victims. To be honest, I'm not sure if I trust him. He's a hard drinker, but there's something more. Something in his eyes. Hard and calculating.
Ладненько, ты куда-то там шел?
Don't go far.
Иди.
It's too dangerous to go wandering around this house.
Ты иди, иди. Не стой там. Да, Нейл, я тебе не мешаю. Только не выходи отсюда. Ты можешь спать там, хочешь лечь или что-нибудь еще сделать. Мечется как бешеный. Хо-хо-хо. Ладно, придется резать. Упс. Бедняга, да? Ой, промахнулась. Бедняга, эдак тебя. Что в тот момент еще кто-то был? Ой. Надеюсь, он меня не видел.
There you are. Listen, I've searched every inch of this house. It's sealed up tight. There's no way in or out, and there's nobody hiding any place. That means the killer has been inside with us all along. You and I aren't murderers, so that leaves one person. It's Nels the Naughty.
Мы должны действовать. Убьем Нелса.
Yes, yes, we must kill that foul Nord before he slits our throats. Aye!
И пошли.
So many people dead. I just don't know who to trust anymore. My friend, please stay safe. 3 of us have been murdered. Besides you and me, there's only one guest left, if you know what I'm saying. I've seen death like this before. Many years ago, my daughter was murdered by bandits who came to our village. I'm sorry. I need a drink.
Невиль.
That sniveling Legion dog must die. Do you understand me? He's the murderer. He killed all those people. He must pay for what he's done.
Точку. В точку, парень. Правильно, хватай меч. Он наверху. Молодец. Ваншот, ванкилл. Ключ от сундука Невиля. Ну, видимо, там лежала его броня. Понятно. Все-таки как он хорошо лежит. Остался последний. Что ж, парень. Теперь-то ты в безопасности, да? Ты что, ушел куда-то? Спать, что ли, пошел? Лол. А нет, в подвал пошел. Странный ты парень, ладно. Ты думаешь, что это тебя спасет? А, ты пошел выпить, понятно. Ну, давай не будем. Мне жалко. Все гости мертвы, никто таки не узнал, что убийца я. Теперь мне нужно вернуться в святилище и получить у Ачивы награду. Вот его мне реально жалко. Мед. Что ж, вот и все. Все гости мертвы. Единственный, кого мне было реально жалко, это Невиль, наверное. Не знаю почему. Ну, они знали, на что шли, когда хотели принимать участие в этом деле. Как сказать, не очень... Да, что-то я разучилась выражать свои мысли. Не очень в благом деле. В тренировочном зале Ачива. Хорошо, Ачива, я все сделала.
Well done. Not only did you kill the 5 guests, you acted as an agent of terror and grief. You have earned your reward and bonus, assassin. I lay upon you now the Night Mother's blessing. May she walk with you always and guide your hand as you act in accordance with the 5 tenets.
Хорошо. Ачива.
Greetings once more, assassin. When you're ready, I have a most important contract. One that has been sanctioned by the Black Hand itself.
Я готова.
Do you recall the name Adamus Philida? The Imperial Legion best? It's time he joined Sithis in the void. Think you're up to the task?
Конечно. Это будет честью для меня, я согласен.
Adamas Philida has spent his entire career investigating the Dark Brotherhood, interrupting our contracts, killing our family members. We tried to eliminate Philida, of course, but failed on 3 separate occasions. He's a powerful man, and was surrounded by powerful associates. Now the Legion Pig's years of service have come to an end. He has retired. Philida must not be allowed such a victory. His destiny is darker. Philida now resides in Leowin, in the City Watch Barracks, an honored guest of the soldiers there. He is in fact more vulnerable than ever.
Что я должен делать, Ачио?
The Black Hand has sanctioned the Rose of Sithis. It is a magic arrow, specifically enchanted to kill its target, in this case, Philida. As long as the arrow hits Philida, he will die, but it cannot pierce armor. Shoot while Philida is armored, and the rose will be wasted. Travel to Leowin, track Philida, learn his schedule, observe when he removes that blasted Legion armor, and then let fly the Rose of Sithis. Kill Philida in any way, rose or not, and the contract is complete. But to receive a bonus, you must go beyond murder. You must send a message. Once Philida is dead, take the very finger from his corpse, the one that bears an Imperial Legion signet ring. Deposit this finger in the desk of Philida's successor, in his office in the prison barracks, in the Imperial City. Do this, and the bonus is yours.
Здорово.
Go now, dear family member, and may the night
Мне
mother...
нравится. Но этим мы уже займемся в следующей части. А на сегодня все. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Пока.